Welcome to the Beauty Dish. Today's fragrance review is on another green scent. So we're talking about notes of grasses and cut stems and forests and trees and vegetation of all sorts. And I kind of teased you with this one in my review of Chanel number 19, which will be linked up here in the video and in the About box. But I said that I was going to review sort of a cheap and cheerful take on the number 19 theme. And that take is Jacomo Silences. So it's an eau de parfum concentration, and what I have here is the 100 ml bottle, 3.4 ounces. And this little guy can be had for a song at the online discounters. I got mine on FragranceNet for $29 inclusive of shipping. And here's the bottle. It's this great black orb. It's really cool. It doesn't have a top. You just press down here to spray. And here's the box that it comes in. I still have it. But yeah, it's so inexpensive. And if you want a luxurious, big, green, lean, mean, green monster of a perfume, not a monster, but if you want that sort of experience and you don't want to pay Chanel prices, you should consider a bottle of Silences. Silences was released in 1978, which also happens to be the year I was born, and I have to say that I kind of like that I can wear and love a fragrance that's exactly as old as I am. Jacomo is a French perfume house, and they have a few other fragrances, but it seems to me that Silences is their big winner, and it has, you know, been successful enough to be in production for 35 years. There is a new version of Silences that launched in 2012. It's called Silences Eau de Parfum Sublime. And it appears that this old version is now discontinued because it's not featured on the Jacomo website. Only the Sublime is. But it is everywhere at the online discounters. So there's a plentiful backstock. And if this sounds like your cup of tea, snap it up. It's so inexpensive and it's a fabulous scent. Okay. So, what does it smell like? Well, it's widely considered to share that number 19 DNA, and what that DNA consists of is galbanum, and a lot of it. So galbanum is a plant resin, and it's got this bitter, green, herbaceous quality, and in Silences, it's definitely used for its green nature, and it's striking. It's the kind of note that makes you stand up and pay attention. It's almost nose clearing in a way in that first opening sniff. And it's accompanied by some bitter citrus, some bergamot. It says orange blossom, but there's absolutely no sweetness to my nose in Silences. It is a bold, powerful, almost austere ride throughout its development. Silences would be classified as a green floral, but to me it doesn't smell like flowers. I really have to pay attention to notice those flowers, and they're all used in such a way as to contribute to that green sensation that this fragrance creates. So there's hyacinth, there's iris or orris root, there's lily of the valley, there's jasmine and rose, but it's all kind of blended together into this earthy, green, just a little bit floral, if you really look for it, type of a scent. The base of Silences is all dry, earthy woods. So there's oak, there's vetiver, there's sandalwood, and cedar listed as the base notes. And as it dries down, you settle into these dark woods, but it always stays very earthy. I feel like it's kind of buried in the ground in this, you know, deep dark forest clearing, and that's kind of the core at the very base of Silences. So the image that I associate with Silences is a kind of me or anyone standing in this deep dark forest clearing, and it's very early spring, but it's still very, very cold. There's a chill in the air. Winter is hanging on with this, you know, icy grip. And it's before dawn, and everything is quiet, and everything smells dewy and green and extremely, extremely earthy. Just dark earth. And you're not quite sure if it's this witching hour, or it's an alien invasion, or if it's just about to rain and usher in, you know, this beautiful spring day. You don't really know, but that's kind of the space. It's this suspended moment in time. I've read somewhere, and I can't find where I originally read it, but I've read that the name Silences came from music, and it is referring to that moment in formal compositions or in a symphony where there's a silence, and everything, you know, the music stops, and it's like an intake of breath right before the entire orchestra returns and sort of explodes into a wall of music and melody. So I don't know if that's what the creators were referring to with the name, or if it was just supposed to be meditative or contemplative, but I can see how that's applicable. Okay, let's get down to the practical stuff. Silences is very long lasting. I get 4 to 6 hours from it, but some days it seems to linger longer than others. I don't know, I think it might depend on the weather or how many sprays. If you give it, you know, 4 sprays, you're good to go for 6 to 8 hours, I would say. Sometimes I just do 2 sprays because it really is it's a strong scent. I think that men and women can actually wear it. It has that sense of, you know, a powerful woman who's aloof, who's completely reliant and confident in her own power, but I think this scent would be great on a man. It doesn't have any of those feminine hallmarks, you know, big flowers or sweetness, or, you know, of course you always can wear whatever you like. Anyone should wear what they like, but I think Silences is totally gender neutral. I think you could wear Silences in the day or for the night for a more formal event. It feels formal. This isn't just a fun little lark of a scent, but, you know, depending on how much you use, I think it would be appropriate for work. I don't know, it depends on where you work, and you'll have to see how it reacts with your body. I think that idea of formality comes from the very vintage quality that Silences has, at least to my mind. I don't think anyone would mistake it for a contemporary fragrance. There is no question that you are wearing perfume. The texture is quite powdery, and it has this dry, sort of arid quality about it that just kind of lingers through the entire development. It's a very soft, powdery texture. Even with that sharp galbanum opening, it has that perfumey sensation. So when it all comes down to it, I think Silences is just a incredibly confident scent. It's a fabulous example of a green scent, sharp galbanum, and I think anyone can wear it who likes this sort of genre. I'm going to try to review a few more green scents for you. I might take a break and do something different. I also want to do a top 5 fragrances for fall. So in that video, I'd like to feature sort of some reader ideas as well, not reader, but subscriber viewer ideas as well. So please nominate your favorite fall scents, because I can include them and talk about them, or at least suggest them in that video. That would be fantastic. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful, fragrant day.